I don't know if the weather people know how to predict. They said it would be rain. Look at this sky. It was not supposed to be rain yesterday, and it poured down, and there was thunder and lightning. You can even see the moon up there. Now we've got clear blue skies when they're telling us it's going to be raining by 8 o'clock. So, yeah. Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. I'm Taffany and I want to welcome you into the garden. This is Tika's Gardens, and today I am going to be working here in my backyard. I have some things that I'm going to be planting in the section that's right in front of me. I'll show you where we're going to be working. It is early in the morning, just before 7 o'clock. The temps are already at 79. It's humid. We had a big thunderstorm that just kind of showed up out of nowhere yesterday evening, and it's got my orange tree. The branches kind of laying down a little. The thundering was, like really scary. Tika ran under the bed to hide, and I was like, oh my goodness. So it just came out of nowhere. We had no rain in the forecast yesterday because I checked to make sure, but yeah, yesterday evening there was rain and thunder and lightning. So I decided, because it says that it's going to rain again about 8 o'clock, I decided to get out early so I could, number one, avoid the extra heat. Guys, here's Tika. I had to pause for a minute because she was chasing birds and she jumped up on the fence chasing after the birds. I had to get her off of the fence. So if she keeps chasing birds, she may be in the house this morning while we're planting. But to finish what I was saying, I'm out early to try to avoid the heat, humidity, and since it said it's supposed to rain by 8 o'clock, I want to get the planting done before then. The ground is wet. We'll see how it goes. But you kind of see I got the cart, and the flowers are behind the cart. You can't see it. I've got some shrubs and some flowers. I'll show you what I have. I got everything on clearance from one of my favorite garden centers, and I spoke with them and they said that I could come and tour it with you guys. So we'll do that in an upcoming video. I also got a bag of mulch from the broken bag section. That's what's in that cart right there. So we're going to plant and put down mulch before the rains come. So let's see how this goes this morning between Tika and the wet ground and planting and the rains coming. All right, let me show you what I have. Okay guys, so this is what I have. I have 3 shrubs and 15 vinca, and all of these came from their clearance and sale section, as I said, from one of my favorite garden centers. I have 2 gardenia radicans, and I have a blue rug juniper, and I have 3 different shades of pink vinca. So I'm going to place the flowers and shrubs in this section here. This is where we're going to be working. To give you perspective, it is right in front of the vegetable garden, and it is right as you come out of the bedroom garden, and you can see the rain has beat down somewhat my orange tree here. But that is okay. And look at the verbenas, they're looking so good. I just have a couple that are struggling, but one that is really gone. And that is the acrobat right there, Miss Tika. And these red vinca, look at them. They're doing so good here. And here. Oh my gosh, I just noticed. The very first blooms on the hibiscus. It's the very first one. It's not open yet, but it's coming. I just noticed that. How exciting. Yes. But the vincas are doing good. You can kind of see these frost-proof gardenias are struggling. I've been trying to give them extra water. It has just really been hot, and I just think it's burning a lot of stuff. It's just too much. But all right, this is where we're going to be working, right next to the bedroom garden. And we have a limited window before the rains are supposed to come at 8 o'clock. So let's get started. So it is very early in the morning, but we're gonna try and get all of this done. So first I'm placing the flowers and shrubs, and then we'll get them planted. So I'm starting here with this Radicans Gardenia, and I want to put one on each side of the crepe myrtle. And the blue rug juniper I want to place in front of the crepe myrtle on the walkway side. And as far as the vincas are concerned, they are going to line the outer part of this bed. So this is the side of the bed you will see when you walk into the backyard. And if you're looking out from the kitchen or any of the windows, it's kind of like the first part of the bed that you see. So that's where I want the majority of the color to be. I really like gardens that are very, very colorful, but I also like the formal gardens that have a lot of greenery in them, lots of evergreens. So it is a balance in my garden. I'm trying to get the evergreens out so that it's not going to be bare during the winter, and it can give it a little bit of a formality while fitting the climate and area that I live in, which is more of a semi-tropical area. I know this year has been hot all over, and it's no exception here. As I said when I first came out, it was 79 degrees and extremely humid very early in the morning from the moment I came out, and temps rise quickly here. So, you know, I hope that we can get this done before it gets too hot. It's trying to beat the heat and trying to beat the rain, whichever comes first. The heat is a constant, but whew, man, let me tell you, it has been something else the last couple of days with this heat. But I want the color, getting back to the plants, I want the color to be on the outside with the evergreens standing up over all of the colorful flowers lining the front. And lastly, here is where, as I stated before, the blue rug juniper is going to go. I think this is going to be perfect. Okay guys, so this is the placement that I am going to go with. I'm going to put the blue rug juniper here in the front along the walkway, next in kind of in between these lemon ball sedums. And the blue rug juniper grows 1 feet tall to 5 feet wide, and it likes full sun. And on each side of this, let me move this over just a little bit. On each side of the crepe myrtle right here, I have the Gardenia Radicans. And I actually bought one last year during the winter that was from the same garden center on clearance for like $3. These were $5. and that is this one right here. And it didn't have a tag or anything, and all they could tell me at the garden center is that it's a gardenia, but they didn't know what kind. So now I know what kind it is, and these grow 2 feet tall and 4 feet wide. So from this front, you can see it will flank the crepe myrtle. The crepe myrtle will be pruned up a little bit so that they can be underneath, along with the blue rug juniper. And lining the back will be the annuals. And that was a plane taking off, so I decided to give it an opportunity to go by us. It's early, so they're moving early now. But anyway, as I was saying, these are the vinca. Vinca are easy to get your hands on at this time of the, late summer. These are what they have left that they had kind of in abundance. So it will line the front of this bed. And I think I will leave the front like this so that I can always line it with some kind of a seasonal annual, maybe stuff for the fall or whatever. We'll see, but I do think I'm going to leave it open, and it will be flanked with the 3 evergreen shrubs. One on each side of the crepe myrtle and one in the front with the lemon ball sedums that tend to stay green year round as well here. So that is what we're going to be doing in this section. So let's get planting. All right, guys, well, I am done planting, as you can see behind me. So I'm gonna give you a close-up look at what everything looks like. I think it looks so good. So let me turn the camera around so you can take a close look, and we'll just talk about this bed. I had one bag of mulch. That's all they had in the broken bag section, and I thought that one bag would do it, and we are just shy of finishing this up, so I'm gonna have to get another bag, but let me show you what it looks like. Okay, guys, look at this. What do you think? Me, personally, I love it. It has evergreen interest, which is something I've talked about in past videos. This bed usually ends up being completely bare during the winter time because everything that's been in it usually would die back for the winter. So it was just empty. So now the crepe myrtle, it was put here just this winter, I believe it is, or late fall. So it was moved to place the Italian cypress in the front. It used to be in the front, along the driveway section there where the Italian cypress is. That's where this was. We moved it here, and there used to be lantana all along the front, which when it was in bloom was very gorgeous, but then when the frost came, the bed was just empty. So now, as I said before, I wanted evergreen interest, and we've got it. So as I come along here, first of all, let me step back a little bit. You can see that I'm just short on the mulch on this end here, and just this little segment right there around this lemon ball sedum. But the evergreen interest we have are the two Radicans Gardenias and the blue rug juniper. So again, these are all three evergreen, and the Gardenia Radicans grow 2 feet tall and 4 feet wide, so they're low growing and have a wide spread. The blue rug juniper grows 1 foot tall and 5 feet wide, so these will fill the bed and give us year-round interest. This gorgeous crepe myrtle, I just love this, everything about it. It gives us spring, summer, fall interest all of the way to the first frost, and then the outer section gives us whatever pop of color we want to add in the form of annuals, whether it's fall color annuals, spring, summer color annuals, whatever the case may be. So let's come around this way. As you remember, that's where the mulch stopped when I mulched the bedroom garden. It stopped here, so I picked up from there and carried on. And I'm standing in the bedroom garden looking out so you can see what it looks like. That is so pretty. I just love it, guys. Just love it, love it, love it. And while we've been out working, our hibiscus has opened. Our first red hibiscus from these shrubs here. And I see a bud on this one as well. A couple of them. Oh, a few. Okay. So that one will be blooming soon too. So this red garden, bedroom garden, is just gorgeous. And so now when we come out, we actually have something to look at here. This was worth the wait. It just takes patience sometimes to figure out what you want, and also to look and see what is available in your area and on sale. So guys, that is what I have gotten done this morning, and I don't know if the weather people know how to predict. They said it would be rain. Look at this sky. It was not supposed to be rain yesterday, and it poured down, and there was thunder and lightning. You can even see the moon up there. Now we've got clear blue skies when they're telling us it's going to be raining by 8 o'clock. So yeah, they don't know what they're talking about unless there's some sneaky shower coming in that I didn't see on the radar map before I came out. But this is it, guys. The bedroom garden and this section here are all now complete, and I think it looks very lovely. All right, guys, well, that is it for today. I am sweaty and hot, and it's still early in the morning, and I can't believe how humid it was when I first stepped outside. So man, but we got it done. I know planting in the hottest time of year is not the best thing, but as long as I can plant, I'm going to plant and give things a try. So that is how I think we should all be as gardeners. Just as long as you can plant and see what works, see what doesn't. But you know, vincas this time of year, being that this is just kind of what's left over of inventory before they start bringing in fall, that's what's the most abundant that I can get my hands on, and they do well here, so I don't mind. But we've got everything in. It looks great, and I am going to say goodbye for now, and I will see you the next time I am in the garden. Take care, guys. Bye.